I get to spend some time with Nick today, and I wanted to talk to him because we've been getting a lot of questions in our community and a lot of talk around socks, sock talk and insoles. So there's all kinds of insoles and toe socks and socks. Are they wide enough for our feet? And so I wanted to get some feedback from Nick about his ideas about socks and their role in foot health, and just kind of hear about how you view socks and how you approach socks and what you use them for, if at all.
So this is gonna be a real quick one. Um, so I think everyone should make their own decisions and own choices when it comes to what they wear, whether that's shoes, socks, whatever, flippers if they're swimming, doesn't matter. Um, and all I can do is give my perspective and my reasoning for why that's my perspective. So my perspective on socks, I don't wear socks. I think they're just an extra added layer that comes between me and feeling the ground. And I think the fact that most socks compress our toes together is just another unnatural extra thing for me to own, extra thing for me to wash, extra thing that essentially removes some of my foot function, right? By just removing the toe alignment, by squishing my toes together. Obviously, toe socks are better in that respect. But for me, I really, from a utility perspective, I don't have a reason to wear socks, so I don't wear them. And I make sure that I let my shoes air out to dry, because I think a reason some people wear socks is just as an absorbent layer so that their foot sweat doesn't go into their shoes, which is completely fair. But I think that if I leave my shoes out open to dry where there's airflow, my shoes actually don't stink. And I actually think I have a theory that socks are one of the primary contributors to stinky feet, because our feet, when left to have airflow and ventilation and where air can actually get through there and circulate, our feet don't stink. My feet don't stink, but I do know that when I was wearing socks every day, my feet reeked. So while the socks might absorb smell, um, they are also part of the reason that they smell in the first place, because it confines our feet, creates more warmth, more confinement, which creates a real nice home for bacteria. So with socks, I actually only own one pair of socks, which I'll use in hockey skates and a certain set of winter boots. Um, Other than that, I don't wear socks in any of my shoes. And if someone asked, yeah, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but my take is socks aren't necessary. You don't need them. They end up doing a disservice to your foot function, in my opinion. And that's my take on socks. And then with insoles, same thing. If there's insoles in a pair of shoes that are sent to me, I take them out immediately. I don't use insoles, even just the foam ones. I basically use as little as possible. I want to get as close to the ground as possible, as close to a natural default state of barefoot as possible, while still protecting my feet. So I don't use
What
any
about
insoles. I
those?
don't use any socks.
And what about those Naboso insole? I think they're Naboso insoles that have like some bumps and stuff where people will want to stimulate the bottoms of their foot. I know lots of people wear those. What do you think about those?
I think it's just an extra gimmick, frankly. If someone says I use them, I get great benefit, I love them, I'm not going to tell them to like get rid of them. But in my perspective, it's just an extra thing, more stuff. Go for a walk outside, go for a walk on texture. You'll get a ton of natural texture into your foot. You'll get a bunch of sensory input going in there. You don't necessarily, it's kind of like, you either get a treadmill to walk inside, or you go outside for a walk. Going outside for a walk has way more nutrients than just the walking part. It's like you can either put an insole in your shoe and get texture when your foot's inside of a shoe, or you can just go and walk on texture, and that's probably going to give you way more nutrients than just a fixed texture that's in your shoes all day long. So that's my
Hmm.
perspective.
Well, thank you. So that's the Nick Nuggets for today, TFC friends, and I would like to hear what your perspective is. What do you think? What are you using and why? Ciao for now.